game. It's a rich thing.
Welcome everyone to Pivotal Stats, where we talk about data analysis techniques, business intelligence platforms, and much more. So, let's go. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Now starting today, we're going to begin a new journey. We're going to delve into the exciting world of data analysis. But before doing that, it's important to understand what we are going to cover and what is data analysis. When you talk about data analysis, it's simply a process by which we collect, transform, organize, and draw conclusions from your data to drive informed decision-making process. Now, the data analysis process typically involves 6 major steps. And understanding all these steps are pretty crucial because a successful data analyst would have to follow all these steps in this same sequence to arrive at the final output or generate valuable insights or solve the business objective. So what are these steps? The first step in the data analysis process is requirement gathering. This is the initial phase of data analysis process, which consists of identifying the problem statement and asking relevant questions to the stakeholders so that as a data analyst, you understand what the requirement is all about. Now, once you've understood and gathered all the required information, the second step in data analysis process is data exploration. Now, in this step, what we typically do is authenticate our data source. We first check if there are any data biases or the data source from where we are collecting the data is from a reliable source or is it compromised. And in this step, we also look at how we can organize our data and finalize the data structure and the storage for future use. The third step in the data analysis process is pre-processing your data. In a real-world scenario, your data will consist of many data anomalies and many hidden issues that you might not be aware of while first looking at your data. So it's important to grill your data set using multiple processes like data transformation and data cleaning to identify and remove data anomalies. The fourth step in this process is analyzing your data. Now, this is the crux of the entire data analysis process because without this, nothing else matters. So you use multiple platforms and database systems to identify patterns and generate insights from your data in this step. The next step is visualization because as a data analyst, you might understand the data, but you need to make sure that your data is visualized in a proper way so that multiple other hidden features can be discovered within your data and it is easy to understand by the end audience. So we use BI platforms and other visualization tool to create a strong story with the data for easy consumption. Now the final step in this entire process is sharing your insight. Obviously, keeping all this information with you does not make any sense. So you would have to share this insight with the end stakeholder or the audience. And this step is the final piece of the puzzle, which as a data analyst, you would have to perform to complete the process. So now if you have understood all these 6 steps that you need to do to perform the data analysis process, let's look at the programming language that we're going to use to conduct all these operations. And that programming language is Python. Now there are multiple reasons why we have chosen Python to do this. Python is a very easy language to learn. It's a high-level programming language, which means the code that we write in Python is very similar to a normal human language. It gets converted to a computer or machine language at a later stage, which you don't have to worry about. Also, it's a general purpose language, which means its application is not just limited to just data analysis. You can perform multiple activities with Python. So once you learn the language, you can actually take that knowledge and apply it on other sectors of computer science. Now I can go on and on about multiple benefits of Python, but in case you want to get into detail, there are multiple sources available on the internet. So feel free to check that out if you want. Now we know that Python is a language that we're going to use to conduct all these operations, but we do need a programming interface where we will write our Python codes. And for that, you can use multiple softwares, but there are 2 things that I would normally prefer. First one is Google Colab, which is a cloud-based free service from Google, which you can use just by having a normal Gmail account and you will be ready to go. So there is no setup time or configuration involved while using Google Colab. And the second option that you have, in case you want to run your Python codes locally and not on a cloud system, is to install Jupyter Notebook on your system. And to do that, you can simply install a software package known as Anaconda, which will contain both Python and Jupyter Notebook installations. But for ease of use and ease of configuration, I'm going to use Google Colab. You're free to choose any other option if you want, because there are multiple choices while using Python for data analysis purposes, because the code that we're going to write in this series will work on any platform. So I hope you are excited about the upcoming videos where we're going to first cover the basic of Python and then eventually move on to all the data analysis techniques and tools that you have available at your disposal while using Python. Now, with that as a customary step while learning any new language, I'm going to open Google Colab here and write a simple hello world program so that we get introduced into the world of Python. So all you have to do is come to this URL, which is collab.research.google.com, log in with your Gmail ID, and once you're here, open up a new notebook by coming to the File tab and clicking on New Notebook. And don't worry, I'm going to explain each and every feature that is there in Google Colab and all the functionalities that you would need to know while performing a data analysis process. But for now, just follow along and we can just write our first Python code. Print, open up a bracket, enter double quotes and write hello world. Once you're done, just press on this play icon or press Ctrl plus Enter, which is a shortcut to run the current line of code in Google Colab or in Jupyter Notebook. So I'm going to just press Ctrl Enter. We'll present the hello world statement onto the console window. So with that, I'm going to end this video for now. But stay tuned because we're going to cover a lot more interesting things in Python, starting with the basics up until the advanced stuff. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.